Heroin is not the scary, socially taboo drug it once was. It is cheap, potent, and is easy to get in Monmouth and Ocean counties as a six-pack of beer. And it is killing people at an unprecedented rate. An average of one person every 4 days has died in the two counties by heroin or prescription painkillers.
The face of addiction has changed appreciably over the last decade. I think there's now a clear crisis.
At the end of September, 89 people in Ocean County were dead of a drug overdose, half of them linked to heroin. Last year, Monmouth County had 70 heroin-related deaths. This year, 37 people have died from the drug, according to the prosecutor's office. Paul Tassain views this as more than an epidemic.
No, I say it's a pandemic.
Why?
Throughout the whole country. It's just the problem is just getting so huge, and there's not enough facilities, especially in New Jersey, to handle the problem.
Experts say this crisis can be traced back to the medicine cabinet. A nationwide proliferation of prescription painkillers has given rise to the resurgence of heroin. Users who get hooked on pills like Percocet, oxycodone, and Roxicet soon find that at between $25 and $50 a pill, heroin is a cheap alternative for as low as $5 a bag or wax fold. Often they begin by snorting it, but many recovering addicts in the shore area have said that within weeks they moved on to the needle.
I didn't know how easy it was to get, but you hear about it, oh, like this person's shooting up now, and all the pill people would be like, oh, that's disgusting, he's a dope head now, it's like, I would never do that, everyone would say, but I was kind of like, f it, I'll do it, It's cheaper, it's $10 a bag, or $5 to $10 a bag, depending on who you get it from.
Dan Guaracino, a 23-year-old from Brick, is now living at New Foundation Recovery House in Freehold. Guaracino was an honor roll student at Brick Memorial High School who says he didn't find heroin. Heroin found him. He believed that what he was taught in school was all true.
Heroin to me was like this big, scary, evil thing that you don't ever want to touch. It's just like this untouchable evil that, that just has this horrible stigma that, stay away, that's what you're taught. You just never want to touch it.
But in college, he started using oxycodone for recreation. The addiction quickly took hold, and soon he was stealing to finance his habit, which had reached about $120 a day. Last December, he snorted heroin for the first time. 2 weeks later, he had a friend shoot him up, and everything he believed in was gone.
No, at that point, I've completely rationalized in my head that everything I was taught was wrong. They were just, being, it's us against them. That was just all a lie what they taught me. It's like at that point I completely rationalized it like that. That it was all BS.
Heroin is universally regarded as the most addictive drug. 1 in 4 people who try it become addicted, according to Dr. Herbert Kleber, the director of the Division on Substance Abuse at Columbia University, New York State Psychiatric Institution. Former New Jersey Governor Jim McGreevey has counseled addicts in a residential treatment program.
It's such a game changer. And when these young people engage in continued sustained use of dope, it's going to end in one of two places: prison or death. That's it.
The heroin crisis in Monmouth and Ocean counties is reflective of a statewide trend. In 2011, the latest year for which such data is available, drug-related deaths in New Jersey jumped to 1,008, an increase of nearly 20%, according to a State Commission of Investigation report, Scenes from an Epidemic. Nearly 3/4 of those deaths involved prescription drugs. Of those, 337 were mixed drug deaths involving oxycodone, a 38% increase over the prior year, and 368 were mixed drug deaths involving heroin and other illicit drugs, a 28% increase over 2010. In Ocean County last year, 53 people died of a drug overdose. With 3 months left to go in 2013, the county is on pace to double that number, and so far, nobody has figured out how to stop it.
One of the things that we tell people when we sit with them is that, well, with families, is that the pain of their addiction has to be greater than the pain of their recovery. It's really hard to get clean and sober, and they're working really hard to stay in their addiction. but it's so much harder to get clean and stay clean. So as hard as they're working, it's like a full-time job to be an addict. It's that much more difficult to be clean and stay clean, especially if you have to stay in the same home, around the same friends, around the same family members who may not be supportive of changes that you might want to make.
For the Asbury Park Press and APP.com, I'm Dustin Rassiopi.